What's up, guys? Nick Roberts here, and I'm back with a Halloween video. Literally, I'm going to talk about the entire Halloween franchise and rank them in my order, which was much more difficult than I anticipated. But someone requested it, so I'm doing it. Before I give you my rankings, I want to do a quick as I can rundown of the Halloween films in the order they came out, and briefly describe what happened or what each film contributed to the series as a whole, because it'll get confusing once I start ranking them and telling you why I chose certain ones over the others if the whole story isn't laid out. It's going to be confusing anyway, but this might help. All right, so Halloween, the original, came out in 1978. We're introduced to Michael Myers, a kid who kills his family, spends most of his life in a mental institution until he escapes and puts on a mask and comes and attacks babysitters, kills people, and he is chased by his psychiatrist, Dr. Samuel Loomis, and his primary target in the first Halloween film is a girl named Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis. So then we have Halloween 2, picks up directly after Halloween, and that came out in 1981. And again, it's Michael Myers trying to kill Laurie Strode, and we learn that Laurie Strode is actually Michael's sister. Halloween 3, they went off the path. They tried to do something different with the Halloween franchise. Michael's not in it. It's called Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, and it's about a company that manufactures masks, and they're cursed, basically. And yeah, that's it. So Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. This begins kind of what's called the Rune of Thorn trilogy part of the franchise, where we have Michael Myers returning to kill his niece, Jamie. So yeah, and Halloween 4 actually picks up after Halloween 2. It just ignores the fact that Halloween 3 ever came out, because no one liked Halloween 3 when it first came out because it didn't have Michael. So Halloween 4, it's like they're starting again. Michael comes back, tries to kill his niece. And then we have Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. There's more of the paranormal aspect infused into this one, with this cult that worships this thing called the Rune of Thorn, where they can kind of control Michael. But now Michael and his niece Jamie have like this psychic connection. So yeah, that's Halloween 5. Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, goes full deep into the Rune of Thorn paranormal stuff, with the cult controlling Michael. This time he kills his niece, and then he discovers that she had a baby, and he's trying to now kill this infant, and it's up to Paul Rudd in his film debut to stop Michael. So it's Paul Rudd and Dr. Loomis fighting Michael Myers. And then we jump to Halloween H2O, 20 years later. That's the full title. And it's sort of it picks up directly from the I believe the first two, because Michael is now coming back after Jamie Lee Curtis. It's her return to the franchise since Halloween 2. And she is at a private school. She's reinvented her life, and Michael still finds her. So yeah, it was written by Kevin Williamson, the guy who wrote Scream. So it has that 90s flair to it. Then we have Halloween Resurrection. That's the one with Busta Rhymes. And yeah, it's about a reality show filmed in the Myers house, and Michael shows up, kills some people. And then in 2007, we get a reboot of the franchise with Rob Zombie at the helm. So it's his retelling of the first Halloween, but this time Michael, a lot more of the film is spent on Michael's childhood before he becomes the killer and returns to Haddonfield, but he is still trying to kill his sister in Rob Zombie's Halloween. It was a big hit, and then Rob Zombie did Halloween 2 in 2009, which was not a huge hit, and it deviated way off the path from the original Halloween 2, and it did not get received well by many people. But yeah, it's different in that it shows Michael a lot without his mask. And yeah, so they were good. That and then Rob Zombie departed from the franchise after that. We then get another attempt at revitalizing and rebooting the franchise with 2018's Halloween. This is the beginning of David Gordon Green's trilogy. So in this one, it is a direct sequel to Halloween from 1978. It erases Halloween H2O, pretends like that never happened. And Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis, is depicted as like this really tough survivalist, paranoid woman who's just waiting on Michael to return. And Michael does return. So it's their confrontation with Laurie and her family and Michael coming back. Then we have Halloween Kills. And that the title kind of tells you what that film is. It's Michael just going crazy on Haddonfield, and it's just like relentless pacing, nonstop, death after death. He kills a lot of people from who survived the first film, and yeah. And then we got the final one, Halloween Ends, and that is the last Halloween film to come out. So Halloween Ends is a supposedly dead or missing Michael Myers returns and kind of has a sidekick in this high school kid. I think he was in high school, or maybe older, Corey. But yeah, it's Michael and Corey kind of teaming up to kill people. So all right, that's the franchise. You've got like 3 little trilogies in there, and it's kind of all over the place. I will say, as a whole, Halloween is, compared to like Friday the 13th and A Nightmare on Elm Street and A Texas Chainsaw Massacre, compared to like those franchises, I would say Halloween is the most humorless franchise, and that at some points is great. At others, it's the downfall. So it takes itself seriously, except kind of toward the later films kind of lighten up on that. All right, so I will go from number 13 to number 1. So we're counting down from my least favorite to my favorite. So coming in at last place, number 13 is 2002's Halloween Resurrection. This is a fun film to watch. It's goofy. But like I said, it's Busta Rhymes fist fighting Michael Myers. It's a fun entry, but what I hate about it is that it completely undoes what Halloween H2O set up. In H2O, Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, kills Michael Myers. She cuts his head off. He's dead. At the opening of Resurrection, it reveals that the person who was decapitated was not Michael. It was a random EMT worker that Michael put in a mask and had Laurie decapitate. So he kills Jamie Lee Curtis in the opening of Resurrection. So I just hated that they undid the cool, awesome ending that was Halloween H2O. Coming in at number 12 is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch from 1982. As much as this is a good standalone film with the cool concept of these like cursed masks and this cult and these kids killing people, it's not a you can't compare it to these other films, entries into the franchise. You can't have a Halloween film without Michael Myers. Sorry. And coming in at number 11 is Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers from 1989. This is the one with Paul Rudd. I don't like the supernatural aspects of the Rune of Thorn. This is also the last film with Donald Pleasance, and it was just a bit over the top for me. It's the third entry in the Rune of Thorn trilogy, and yeah, I just didn't like it as much as the others. Okay, at number 10, we have Halloween Kills from 2021. I love some of the violence, death sequences in this film, but again, this one is, I watched it in theaters, and the devil dies tonight stuff is, or evil dies tonight, of the town chanting that, and it was just, some parts were just so cheesy I couldn't get past it. I did not enjoy Halloween Kills as much as other films in Gordon Green's trilogy. Okay, coming in at number 9 is Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers, from 1989. I wrote down 89 twice on there. I don't know if that was a mistake or not. No, that must be a mistake. But I know that they did Halloween 5 and 6 relatively close. So, yeah, there we go. Halloween 5, the Revenge of Michael Myers. It's the second part in the Rune of Thorn trilogy, in which there's a psychic connection between Jamie, Michael's niece, and Michael, and he comes and tries to kill her. But yeah, it's cool. It's got some nice death scenes in it, but again, the introduction of the supernatural element just didn't work for me. Okay, at number 8, we have well, I lost count. I don't know what number we're on yet. Okay, so the next one is Halloween from 2018, David Gordon Green's reboot. I wanted to love this movie so much. I love the opening. I love that they got Nick Castle, the original Michael Myers, the original actor who played Michael Myers, to play him in certain scenes in this film. I love the opening. I wanted to love this movie. It was shot well. John Carpenter, I think, came back for the score on this one, if I'm not mistaken. But the whole Laurie Strode being a survivalist, it was a little too much like Sarah Connor in Terminator 2. No disrespect to Jamie Lee Curtis's performance, but I didn't like the direction that it went that way. I think it opened amazing and just was kind of downhill from there. And then the next one on the list is Halloween from 2007, Rob Zombie's reimagining of Halloween. So what I loved about Rob Zombie's Halloween films is that Michael is big. Tyler Mane is an amazing Michael Myers, and he's vicious and he's legit scary. You don't want this dude coming after you. And some of the scenes in the Smith's Grove Sanitarium with Michael and Dr. Loomis, played by Malcolm McDowell in these two films, are just great. He wrote a really good script, and the thing I don't like is that Rob gave Michael this elaborate backstory of abuse and kind of gave him a reason, like why he became evil, rather than the Halloween's original thesis of he's just evil because he's evil. But yeah, Rob Zombie's Halloween movie, I think, gets more flack than it deserves. I really like it. Okay, next one on the list is Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2 from 1981. It's a great direct sequel. It literally picks up right where the first Halloween ends. We have Laurie Strode going to the hospital, and we have this just really awesome night of Michael killing people in this hospital. So this will be controversial, but coming in at number 5 on the list, Halloween Ends from 2022. I think this one got way too much hate. Halloween Ends has one of the best openings in any horror film. It's in the top 5, I think, up there with Scream. Now, take the opening aside. If you look at the rest of the film, I see why people hate it. I see why people don't like the Corey storyline of him, falling in love with this girl and kind of forming this like allegiance with Michael because he gets bullied and finds Michael in the sewer and does Michael's bidding, and it's like this grooming process where Michael eventually transfers that evil to Corey. But the way I described it and the way it resonated with me is that if you look at Michael Myers as like a superhero, as like a Batman, as like a cool character, this is the ultimate fantasy of being able to be his sidekick. You get to go on missions with Michael Myers. So I had a blast with it. I thought the guy that played Corey did a great job. And like I said, I understand why people rip it, but I love Halloween Ends. And the score is the best since the original. Okay, so coming in at number 4, and this is going to be even more controversial, is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 from 2009. This arguably is the most hated film in the franchise. It's up there between this one and Halloween Ends. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, the director's cut. I have to specify that, not the theatrical cut. The director's cut is so different and so insane. Such a big swing. Again, I understand why people hate it, but I loved it. I loved how it was different, how it tried to be something. It's true to Rob's vision, and it's Michael Myers coming back to finish the job, kill Laurie and her friends, and it depicts the trauma that she endured from the first one so well. She is a messed up character in this film, and Michael comes back, and he's barely even wearing a mask most of the time. You see Tyler Maine's face, his beard. I don't think people like that, but I loved it. And the imagery with the dreams and the white horse and all that just worked for me on every level. Come at me. I don't care. Number 3 on my list of Halloween films is Halloween H2O from 1998. So, Scream's one of my favorite films. So the screenplay went up. It was written by the same guy who wrote Scream, Kevin Williamson. So it is 100% a 90s slasher. I love the idea of Laurie Strode reinventing herself as this principal or overseer of this private school in this like little gated school, and her being traumatized by her past but not telling anyone about it. She doesn't go by Laurie Strode anymore. She has completely reinvented herself, and she has a son who goes to that school, and the son is resentful at her, and he's played by Josh Hartnett, because she's so paranoid. He knows who she really is, and he wants her to get over it and let him live his life, but she's very paranoid, especially around Halloween. And what happens? Michael returns, and I think it has the best showdown sequence between Michael and Laurie in any Halloween film, including the first one. All right, number 2 on my list. A second favorite Halloween film is Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers from 1988. So Halloween 4 is so much like the first one, because remember it came out right after Halloween 3, which did not have Michael Myers. So fans wanted Michael to come back. He came back in a big way, and this time he came back to kill his niece Jamie. Now, the story in this one is very similar to Halloween, the original Halloween. It's just Michael coming back, slaying, doing his thing. But what makes this my second favorite is the ending. It is so twisted. Michael does not kill his niece. At the end of this, after Michael's killing spree and trying to kill his niece, and his niece seeing everything that happens and going through that trauma and maybe being infected by him, at the end, we see that she has become the killer. She's standing there with the knife like Michael did in the opening sequence of the original Halloween. And unless I'm just misremembering this, which might be true, Dr. Loomis like screams and cries and freaks out, and it's so heartbreaking because you see that she has become Michael. But then I think they ruin it with the next two entries in that little trilogy by making it all supernatural. And so yeah. Now, obviously, my number one film in the franchise is Halloween from 1978. It's the original. Black Christmas came out before Halloween, and that inspired Halloween. But a lot of people say that Halloween's the original slasher film that inspired all these other ones because it was more commercially successful. But you have to give credit to Black Christmas for doing it first, especially the iconic opening scene from Halloween of the first person killer. It's all from Black Christmas. But John Carpenter created a masterpiece in filmmaking, not just in horror filmmaking, but in any kind of genre with Halloween. From its iconic opening to the actual legit deep characters in the three high school girls that Deborah Hill helped John Carpenter write, to the scares, the direction. It's a brilliant film. It's not just Michael running, killing, doing his thing. It's a horrific opening. You meet these characters. Michael actually, people forget this, but he like stalks and like plays around and like messes with people before he kills them in the original Halloween. It's like he had a sense of humor. But yeah, so he escapes he escapes Smith's Grove, or the mental institution. Donald Pleasance is chasing him the whole time, and it results in this huge climax where Michael is attacking Laurie. You've got those iconic shots of him busting through the closet to get her. Just when you think she's killed him, you have that iconic shot of her sitting there in the foreground and him slowly sitting straight up in the background. The soundtrack is amazing. And when the film was shown to people at first without the soundtrack, the studio was like, what is this? This is terrible. And then they put the soundtrack in and it worked. So the power of music. But yeah, there you go. Those are my rankings. I know some people will disagree, especially with the Rob Zombie and the David Gordon Green selections, but there you go. And if you notice, my top three all came out 10 years apart from each other. So Halloween H2O 98, Halloween 4 88, and then the original in 78. So I think the best come in decades. So there we go. And now comes part of the show where we do my top 52 horror movie scratch off cards, where I have a card, and I will look at the subgenre. We'll see what it is, subgenre, and the length, and the year it came out. So it's PG-13, 2002, 115 minutes, Supernatural Curse. 2002 Supernatural Curse. I'm going to go with The Ring. And there you go. We got The Ring. The Ring's a brilliant film. It's a remake of Ringu, the J-horror film. If you have not seen The Ring, go watch it. It's about a cursed videotape. You watch it, you get a phone call saying 7 days, and then you die in 7 days. Perfect setup for a film. All right, that's it. That's all for me. I hope you enjoyed my countdown, and have a good Halloween binge. Go watch all these films. Stay spooky.